Oh, sorry.
I'm the chair.
I apologize.
You're out of order.
Chair, I move to find out if there's an issue with the link.
You're out of order. We'll have the next speaker, please.
Chair, I'd like to be recognized.
You're out of order. Next speaker.
Excuse me, this isn't right. This is not right. Aren't you interested in hearing from everyone that wants to speak? How long will it take to get that right link up? Can they do it while we're talking? Can they do it while we're talking?
Thank you. The correct link's up on the website.
Chair, point of order.
What's your point of order?
Is the link fixed? Can you clarify that for everybody? Is the link fixed?
I don't know.
It was
You're out of order.
fixed before the meeting started.
I mean, Mr. Chair, point of privilege.
You're out of order. Right
I'd like
now.
to make a motion to enable
Right
the chat.
Second.
Seconded.
You're out of order.
Third.
You're out of order.
There's a motion that's been seconded and thirded.
This is your certificate with your
Excuse
name.
me. You're out of order.
I want to add to Commissioner
No,
Poppins.
thank you, Mr.
He said yes, Chair.
Out of
Not
order.
giving him time to express himself, Chair.
That's right.
You
I'm
can't
calling
be
a vote.
out.
I'm, as chair of the commission, I control the meeting. That's the end of my agenda. We'll adjourn the meeting.
We're supposed to vote to adjourn.
All right, there's a lot going on here, and I don't know who Mike Curtis is. Actually, the first time I've heard of him. Thanks to Hawaii News Report on Instagram for putting this together. But I wanted to comment, when you think about what's happening right now with our voting process, and especially the last election, people are losing hope and trust into our government ability to have a transparent and fair and trustworthy election. And of course, we can argue and look at conspiracies and all this stuff, and you can agree with it or disagree. But regardless if you agree or disagree, despite of which side you're on, you could watch this video and know something shady's happening. Of course, they clipped this together. We don't have the full context of this, but at the end of the day, what looks like happened and appeared to happen is that Mike Curtis or someone behind him changed the link so that the constituents can see what's happening and watch it, possibly even join in the Zoom or join in the questions to ask questions of the leaders that were appointed there or elected there when it comes around the elections, right? And so a already election process that has shade on it, that has a lack of trust in it. I remember last election, Hawaii was called, and there were still hundreds of people in line still waiting to vote, and they were looking on their phone, and they called Hawaii before they even started, allowing everyone in. Sure, Hawaii usually votes a certain way, and that's okay. But how discouraging that is that you're in line, you took away from work and to go in there and to vote, and then they call it while you're in line. That's just so disrespectful and lack of allowing the voting process to just walk its course and then later call it after the votes are in. Not only that the votes are in, but that the polls are actually closed, right? But no, they just still called it and it was still open. People were still voting. That's just so disrespectful. Again, regardless if you believe in conspiracies or not, if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, we should all want, this is a bipartisan issue, we should all want transparency and integrity in our voting process. And when we watch videos like this, when we see our Hawaii government and the people who are in charge are doing some shady stuff and things that just doesn't make sense and keeping the constituents from being able to see what's going on, and there is no accountability, it's not going to help the process. It's not going to help us trusting the government. I remember reading an article just months ago that says Hawaii has some of the most corrupt politicians in the United States. Whether you agree with that or not, it was reported. I read about it. That's crazy. That is the shade that's over Hawaii politics. And stuff like this does not help get rid of that shade. So if this is not true, then please, politicians, please, people who are elected, people who are in charge of these committees, change that persona, change that stereotype of Hawaii by not doing stuff like this. This just seems shady. This is just bad. What do you guys think? Do you trust in our voting process? Do you think stuff like this, who needs to be accountable? Who needs to be fired? Whatever. I'm not saying let's fire people, but what needs to happen? Do you trust the Hawaii process, or does this stuff really make you mad and you want change? Tell me what you guys think.